Hi, my name is Abhishek. I'm a legal intern at Lexis and Company. So today's my topic is right to privacy concerns social media. So before proceeding with the topic, I request you please like, share my videos and subscribe channel Lex Click. So let's begin with the topic. So the cybercrime has skyrocketed as social media networking services has grown in popularity within the advancement of technology in the last from the last decade, and it has become vital for the country to prioritize issues and enact strong rules. Individual users, particularly women and children, are becoming increasingly interested in social media, and they are falling prey to unknown person with whom they mix through their online registration for profile. And and the friend list of or contact list contains some unknown pals and thinking sharing. In this aspect, social media does provide some privacy safeguards. As a result, the post will concentrate on how safe it is to disclose personal information online, the crime that occur, the concern that arise, the laws governing social media privacy in India, and some recommendations for the development of such laws. So let's talk about the right to privacy. So privacy has been succinctly defined as the situation or state of being free from public intrusion into or interference with one's conduct or decisions. So however, whether the right to privacy is a basic right in India has long been a source of contention. So in the case of MP Sharma versus Satish Chandra, it was determined that the right to privacy is not a basic right under the constitution. And again in the Kharak Singh versus State of UP, it was also determined that privacy was not a protected under fundamental right, and it did, however, hold that Article 21, right to life, was the repository of the residual personal rights and acknowledged the common law right to privacy. So, however, the following the Menka Gandhi case, the strategy was radically altered. In the case of Menka Gandhi and R.C. Cooper, it was determined that freedom and liberty are null and void in the absence of the right to privacy. As a result, in this case, we saw a high level of judicial activism acting as a marshal in a new era of expanded dimensions of the right to life and personal liberty. So let's talk about right to privacy and social media. So social media is a type of internet-based communication. There are numerous different types of social media such as blogs, microblogs, wikis, and social networking sites, widgets, and virtual worlds. However, social networking services such as Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, Orkut, and MySpace have grown in popularity in recent years. However, to use social network sites and criticize other people's posts, a person must first register a profile. The primary goal of these social networking services is to create kinship in the virtual world. However, the users were unaware that this windfall was also accomplished by criminality. So the concept of cybercrime originated in the year 1990s and has climbed the success ladder to a whole new level. But it is us who made the bargain with the devil, and our privacy is now jeopardized. IP address, key terms used in searches, seemingly anonymous website visited, information shared on social media, online transactions, cookies collecting users' browser history, mobile registration. Each use of the internet generates personal information about an individual. Like Amazon, the site instantaneously record our personal information. If they do this because the more personal information they supply, the more appealing they are to prospective advertisers. As a result, incidences to identity theft, sexual predator, inadvertent stardom, cyber stalking, and defamation have begun to garner attention, and scams have also been detected, such as Copfaz, who took the personal information from Facebook users and gave it to the incorrect individual. According to reports, HTML code version 5 will provide advertising corporation access to users' online activities such as text, images, emails, and many more. Typically, the children are the most vulnerable, and they no longer hesitate to reveal their personal information with someone they do not even know. This is due to lack of mental development and ability to distinguish between right and wrong. As a result, these sexual predators and identified thieves are easily traced. Twitter has revealed that they scanned their users' phone number and integrated them into their website database to learn more about them. The oxymoronic nature of Facebook is evident when it first claimed that we all our content that we post on Facebook and then claims that we users grant Facebook permission to use any IP content that we publish in connection with Facebook. So people have also been claimed to have committed suicide because of the embarrassing films being posted on YouTube. The lack of transparency of social networking sites as well as day-to-day crimes taking place in cyberspace have caused us to think critically about what we truly want to share and how our information is being managed. As a result, before providing our assent, we should carefully study the privacy policies, which none of us will read because these privacy policies are very long and nobody wants to spend their time in that. Because in reality, if someone tries to read that privacy policy, that it and then that individual is unable to found what privacy rights are given to the user. So Facebook, on the other hand, has aided by introducing tools like blocking, reporting, and protecting. Twitter users can choose to share information with only their followers. So let us talk about social media privacy and data protection legislation in India. So the lack of transparency of social networking sites as well as the day-to-day crimes taking place in cyberspace have caused us to reconsider that we truly want to share and how our information is being managed. As a result, before giving our assent, we should carefully examine the privacy policies. However, the Facebook has added by introducing alternative like as banning, reporting, and Twitter also allows to share information with only your followers. So conclusions in and recommendation is in this area is that in India the violations of privacy are escalating at alarming rate. It is a past time for India to value privacy and acknowledge it's a basic human right. However, there are some faults that must be addressed first. For an example, application developers should transition from data-centric to a consumer trust-centric strategy so that privacy rules may identify who they will regulate and what they will protect. Following the Supreme Court decision in the WhatsApp case, it has become critical that subscribers being given the option of sharing or not sharing their data. So the German privacy legislation like data minimization principle should be followed. Instead of single I agree button, Indian consumers should be given the opportunity to opt out of individual functionalities. So that's it. Thank you.